Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome into another early 2020 set review. Today we're going to be looking at set number 76142, the Avengers Speeder Bike Attack. It has 226 pieces and will retail for $19.99 USD and $24.99 Canadian starting on January 1st, and I got this set from Mastermind Toys, so that's where I was able to get it early from. And I'm really excited to be able to bring you this review. I love this so much. I'm really glad that we're getting Avengers sets and Spider-Man sets, not just one or the other. I'm glad that there's kind of two smallish waves going on at the same time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the build and then the minifigures. Look at the bike since it is in the name of the set. And I think that on the surface, it looks pretty boring and it looks pretty basic. But it is pretty coolly built, if that is a word, but I just like the way that this looks overall. So let's start here at the front. I like the use of the tire frame there for the front. I think that that looks really cool there in the front of a motorcycle, as well as just on the side. I like all the transparent parts and everything pointing towards the front. I think that that's pretty cool, as well as I just want to mention that this is, I believe, the first time that we are getting those Batman set pieces from the August wave of sets. All these little parts here were exclusive to those sets, and this here, the handles, there's a bunch on the AIM agent figures build or whatever it is, but it is pretty interesting that they are not exclusive to DC and Batman, so I'm glad that they are appearing in other sets because I think that they're really cool and unique, and I like that they are kind of forced to include them all somehow in the set. So for here, I really like these handle builds. We'll put Black Panther on in a second, but this is actually a sticker, and I'll zoom on in for you guys so that you could see that a little bit better, make it a little bit clearer. On the back here, we also have another sticker, which it looks cool, but I think the best one, of course, is the one on the front. I like that so much. Just the way that that's one sticker and it comes on down to the control panel. I think that that looks really cool. You also have some stickers here on the side, but on the back you could see what that kind of looks like, and I just accidentally misfired one of the missiles, but you could see what it looks like from the back, and I just like the way that the thrusters look. I think that that looks really unique and interesting. And these pieces I really love as well. I like I don't even know what they're called, but I call them, they kind of look like shoulder pads, or they've been used for something recently that I remember calling them that in a review. But I do like the little thrusters there on the back, and the stud shooters here. Supposedly I don't have to show how they work anymore, which I really like, but you could see here, oh, I did it accidentally anyways, but it actually is one of the fire hose ones and in gray, so you can kind of rotate it around and you could shoot the missile off. And that is one of the Batman pieces as well at the front, and it is really smooth, the actual motorcycle. And that's about it for the actual build, but what you can do is you could take Black Panther, and I really like this a lot because it's unique, and I like that, I don't know, it's definitely something different than we've ever gotten before. And unfortunately you can't attach his hands, but it's like he's actually he's using the control panel or whatever to drive this. But I like that the figure actually sits inside there. He's kind of protected, and then you can drive about. But I'll show you how that works. So you just slide him on out, and on the inside you can see at the back there, let's brighten it up, you could see that there's actually those pieces that actually hold a minifigure, and I can take this off so you get a better look at that. So that's just, I think that that's really cool to have that enclosed in there, and just it makes it unique having a minifigure lying down like that. I think the Spider-Man one from last year, the bike, did have that, but this is different for the Avengers, and I think I like the color scheme. It does kind of fit in with the Endgame sets, I guess, but these are, I guess, meant to be based off of the video game coming out next year from Square Enix, with especially when it comes to the Thor outfit, but we're going to look at that in a second. But that is interesting. Maybe there'll be like a motorcycle level or something, or this is just a vehicle that Lego was like, let's just make another motorcycle. Here's the AIM agent, and they've got this like hovercraft sort of thing, and I get major Vulture vibes from this thing. Like, it just reminds me so much of the MCU's Vulture wings and everything. It looks really cool though. I love this a lot. I like the saw blades here on the side. These are all these pieces that you probably don't recognize are from the Batman sets, and I like the guns here that you've got going on. I think that looks really cool and unique. So this one, I guess, is meant to shoot, and this one is this sort of grappler, which we'll get to in a second, but I do like this build a lot. I think that it's pretty cool. And the color scheme-wise, it reminds me of Firefly from DC. Specifically, just this giant build reminds me of the Arkham Origins one, but on the sides, you've got some stud shooters, and you can rotate these wings, I guess, or I don't even know what to call them, but you can rotate them around like that. You can't move these parts like the vulture wings. Thought maybe you could. But on the back here, I guess this is kind of meant for stability when you're actually posing the minifigure or just having him stand there, which I think is fine and it's good. But the saw blades, they can rotate down all the way and actually close in if you wanted to while you're flying about. As well as on the back, you can spin these around. Maybe these are meant to be some other propellers, but they do, I guess you're not meant to because they fall off really easily. But besides that, I think that that's really good. And rotation-wise for these, you can close them up, but they will hit each other. But you do have a lot of different versions and posability with that, which I really like a lot. And then, of course, you've got these hooks, and they're meant to actually hook onto these barrels that have been marked danger, and I don't know what they are. I don't know if this is actually based off the story plot of the game or anything, but you can actually fly around and pull them away like that, so that's pretty cool. But besides that, that's about it for this. I forgot to mention, you actually do get 2 extra missile builds for this, as well as 2 extra missile builds for the motorcycle. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at the minifigures. Here is the AIM agent included in the set, and that's actually the dark yellow being used here. And it's based off of the video game, this design for the AIM agent. It's unfortunate that we've never gotten another AIM agent, especially the ones with the big like hazmat suits or whatever they are. I think that would be really great to get. Oh, Battle Pack of Hydra versus AIM would just be incredible. I think that that would make such a great set, and those would sell so well, or even with Shield, or Hydra and AIM, or something like that. But anyways, this minifigure looks really good. I like the detail on it. There's a lot going on here on the back, and I like it being on gunmetal gray. I think it gives it this nice shine effect. Definitely makes it feel like armor a little bit more. And on the torso there, you have AIM printed, which I think looks cool. Advanced Idea Mechanics. And then if you take off the helmet in gunmetal gray, which is cool, I've never gotten that before, you can actually get a better look at the mask there if you didn't want to have the helmet on. But if you take the breathing mask off, or I guess I could just spin it around, you don't need to see. Taking the breathing mask off, which is also in gunmetal gray, I believe for the first time, which is awesome, and that would make for a great Bane custom minifigure. But anyways, this figure here has this mask printed onto dark yellow, and no back head printing, but there's not really a need since it is supposed to be covered up by the helmet. But I really like this, and it does look a lot like the actual source material, so really great. And you can kind of get a better look there without the shadows caused from the visor with all of the printing on the torso, which just looks really great. And here's Thor Odinson, and he looks absolutely amazing. This is, of course, based off of his appearance from the video game coming out later in 2020 from Square Enix, and I just really love this figure. And I remember when we first saw the Iron Man one, I was like, ooh, I have a feeling that the designs are going to be based off the video game. And then literally the next week, it was like, oh, here's the Thor figure, and here's the Captain America one. So I'm really happy about that we are getting indirect tie-ins to the game. While it's not branded under it or anything, these 3 minifigures are clearly, of course, based off of that. So I'm really happy about that. And he has Mjolnir there, and of course he also has a Power Blast piece in trans light blue. So that's cool that he, maybe it's his hammer throwing lightning, or he's throwing lightning. I don't know his power set from the game, but his torso, however, is really detailed. You can see there how great that looks. Look at the detail on that. Oh my goodness, the lines there, like it's so subtle but still so detailed, and I really love the cape there. And while not everyone's a fan of the designs of the game, I think it's so cool to be getting it in minifigure form. And look, oh my goodness, look at the back printing. Like, I just think that this minifigure as a whole, like, he doesn't even need the cape, and it's just so complete and amazing. But the hair here is Dastan's in tan, and I've never gotten that before. And the face print here looks really great, and it is just the one from Infinity War, but I think that it represents that Thor really well here with medium nougat hair and everything. I think that that looks that looks really good. And overall, I just think that this is such an amazing minifigure, one that I never thought we would get. And here is Black Panther, and he looks absolutely amazing here. Look at the detail on that torso. Now, while the other two minifigures are, of course, based off of the video game, we don't know if Black Panther's in it. As of right now, in the core, the base game itself, when it releases, there will be 6 playable characters, and that includes Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Miss Marvel. So he's not one of the 6. We do know all 6, so maybe he will be in DLC and stuff. We do know that that is coming. We know that Ant-Man's coming, but that's about it. So I'm sure, of course, they'll put Black Panther in the game, but is this what he will look like? Maybe. I really am curious to see if this was based off of concept art or just, I don't even know. I'm really excited to see. It'd be really interesting if LEGO actually leaked Black Panther's appearance in the game, which I'm really curious about, as well as another character in the other set. So that would just be phenomenal, in my opinion. I think that that would be really great. But besides that, this is kind of comic booky, and I really like it here with the cape piece there at the top. That looks so great. And just the torso and the face print looks really, really good. I love it. I love getting a comic book sort of style for this character, not just MCU ones. And on the back there, he has some amazing back printing as well. Just, it's so, so well done. And of course, he's also got the Black Panther, White Tiger ear piece there at the top that attaches to the minifigure head, which this minifigure I think is really great. Could have used some leg printing, arm printing, of course, or maybe some claws, but overall I think that it's really great, and I'm glad to be getting a comic book Black Panther. There you have it, everyone. That is the Avengers Speeder Bike Attack, and I'm really happy with this set. I think that it's definitely better than last year's one with the, what was it? Were they Outriders? Yeah, they were Outriders, not even Chitauri. Like, oh, I hated that set so much with Captain America. And I just think that this is so much better, not only for the minifigures, but the bike is just, I think it's really unique. And I really like when something is unique, and it kind of makes me overlook the fact that, yeah, we did just get another bike, but I kind of like the way that this looks and the way that it works. But anyways, everyone, I hope that you did enjoy this review. Let me know down below in the comment sections what you think of this set. Are you going to be picking this up on January 1st? And I'm really happy that we are getting sets based off the game. Who knows, maybe we'll get some other in the future with the Hulk and Black Widow from the game. We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, everyone, I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I hope that you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.